Blue, you're mute. Blue, you're still muted. You're, you're still muted.
There we are. Okay, try 3 is the charm. Nobody panic. Am I here? Am I real? Yeah, we good? Oh my word. Oh. Okay, try number 3. I swear I've done this. Alright, now, okay, thank you, Sonic. Oh my gosh, I am real. Okay, welcome to the Chinese Grand Prix here at Shanghai Circuit. And this one is certainly going to be impressive because we got big tracks, big turns, and lots of chaos. Be ready for the beginning of this first turn because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be just me here today, but it doesn't exclude from the chaos that we're going to have here at this such a fast and wide track. Every single one of these turns, except for a few, are so wide and so big that you're going to see chaos on this track more often than not. And hopefully these FC2 drivers are going to deliver on quite a difficult track, I would say. There's a few turns here that are very, very difficult. This not being one of them, actually. But we'll follow Brecky here, and we'll show you this last turn that's so important because it makes or breaks your run on these either qualifying laps or during the race itself. So let's watch Brecky real quick. It's this turn right here that he's going to make it through. And let's see how well he does. And he does it actually magnificently. Oh, wow. Good job to Brecky watching that one. But yeah, so this weekend is going to be a little bit different than most weekends because it is sprint race. And of course, F1 has done that. And we will follow suit. Starting in 5 minutes, we will start the qualifying, which is one lap, one-shot quali, because we run things a little bit different on sprint race weekends, just so we can fit everything involved into, 1 hour, right? And so it's going to be one-shot qualifying, which means you have to make your lap count. Otherwise, you're starting in the back. Unfortunately, a few of us, including myself, did not make that happen during FC1 earlier today. That messing up is costly here, but it's okay. It's not the worst because right after the one-shot qualifying, we will enter the sprint race, which will determine the grid order for the feature race. So think of it kind of like BCC was, where the one-shot qualifying order will set the grid for the sprint race. And then the sprint race results, which is only going to be 3 laps, will just set the order for the feature race. And that will be the only points that you can earn, is from the feature race, just like usual. Just the qualifying format is just a little bit different. And we can see a bunch of the FC2 drivers are typing around in chat, discussing their practice times and their plans here. But it's going to be a good one today, and especially this first turn sequence. Holy cow, let's take a look at that again. This first turn is going to be crazy. We've already seen it in FC1 and during a lot of quick races that happened earlier this week. But this is so impressive that what we're going to see. People are going to be going so fast through this section, and they're all going to be right next to each other because there's not very much room for, if you do make a mistake on track, it's not going to be very costly. So you're going to see a lot of people stuck together through this first section. And I don't think the grid's ever going to spread out until probably about halfway through. The first lap is when you're really going to feel that the grid has found itself. So drivers have to be very aware of how that's going to start. That's going to be good here. We're starting in about 3 minutes. Let me spectate the race here. Spectate FC2 Shanghai. And we were on a new server, kind of, this time around. So if you're getting on the Frostix server and you're like, where is everybody? You have to do /server FC1, just so we can separate from the people who don't want to be involved in the FC races and just want to do some laps. There's a few people who want to do that. So you have to do server FC1. Let me make that clear. You have to do this, and then you'll be connected to this server. Because you can see all these people who are Well, most of these people who are in like the spectator, you can see their names are initialized, means they are not in the FC server or they're in spectator mode. So that's what you have going on. Make sure to do that if you want to be part of the race. Otherwise, you will be watching and waiting until it doesn't start for you. So yeah, I've got a little something special for me. I got this Chinese yogurt drink, and boy, it's interesting. It's quite a different taste that I've never really had before, and I figured I was at the store today. I'm like, might as well try that. Have a good start to my morning, and it's quite interesting. It's a little warm. I was out in the sun earlier, but it's still good nonetheless. Anyway, let's not talk about our breakfast routines. But Flash Super is here. Samuel FC is here. Let's see who else is here. So I believe we can do info, and we can find out who all is here. There we go, 23 names. There are your names. A few of them haven't set times yet, looks like, but everyone else has set some sort of good time. Mighty Creative, the fastest of the bunch, set at 2:04.8, which is pretty dang impressive in practice times. I believe that puts him pretty high up in the overall leaderboard. Let's check that out in just a second. It's over here somewhere. I believe it's right here. There it is. So yeah, the fastest times are a 2:02, which is insane, which is set by Shizuya, which I saw him earlier. But I don't think he's signed yet for some reason. But yeah, so 2:04.8 is pretty dang impressive for Mighty Creative, someone who's been in the back for a little bit. Let's see him. Hopefully, he might be in the front this time around for Shanghai. He must have put in the practice time, and along with several others. But yeah, we're starting in 1 minute. Looks like qualifying is ready to go, and we will see them all line up right over here. Instead of in the pit lane, we will see them gear up right here with the TT spot. They will all set one lap. If you weren't here at the very beginning, let me say that again, that we will only do one lap for qualifying each person. And that will set the grid order for the sprint race. And the sprint race will set the order for the feature race. Let me get a quick sip. Boy, that is some interesting drink right there. But anyway, hopefully race control is ready to go here, as we are in the box. So who else is here? Let's check it out. I believe we'll be doing heats of 10. So the top 10 drivers who are assigned, so that's currently up to TCAD, will be in the first heat, and in the second half or so, the rest of them will all be in the second heat. Iltis of Moors somehow found out exactly where I am and is pointing at me. There is race control. Yup, we are good. And there you go. There's the information in case you missed it again. And for the drivers who maybe are not watching, what happens for this starting of qualifying. Let's see, they're all lined up. So there we go. So there's Mighty Creative, the fastest of the bunch according to practice times, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's the fastest here, because there's some blocks up and wall taps that are really difficult to hit, and he will be probably avoiding those, would be my guess. But some people, I believe there was about 3 or 4 people who tried it on FC1. I expect a little bit less here in FC2, unless people are really bold. Life Network's here. Adam's Apple, as always. Blip Dash, Iltis and more. Surge Assam, Brecky, Z-Mark, TCAD, S Johnny Games is back. Castle Bricks. This one's new. Circavello, I believe, and Sonic Gamer putting up the back of this first round of qualifying. 13 drivers for this one. Excuse me, 12. Somebody got removed, looks like. And yeah, we'll be ready to go. Remember, they only get 1 lap each, and we're gonna have to critique exactly what they're doing, and any mistake is pretty dang costly, because you don't get a second chance. So there's the warning to let everybody know that we are starting. Nobody get on the track, and we should get some clean. Oh, there's Mighty Creative. Interesting. I don't know what happened with him, because he was on the grid, but now he's not, and I'm curious on why. I don't really know. He didn't really say anything. Well, anyway, well, not my concern. Hopefully he gets back in. But here we go. So they're going to go in one at a time. We're going to watch Life Network, Adam's Apple, and Blip Dash, I think, to start out. Let's see how they do in his first few turns. And we'll get a good review of the track as we're watching Life Network come through, starting his lap No going back now. He's going to take it to the inside. The fastest line is inside to outside, following that blue ice line, back to inside, and then outside just a little bit more before you go in. Oh, there's a little bit of lag going on with him, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And there he goes. So there is a wall tap here. Looks like he will stay away from it. He's doing pretty good. Actually, Adam over here. Adam's got 3 guys with him. He's going to try and set his fastest tap with a barrage of people right behind him. What was I looking for? Entourage, I think is the right word. He's going to have his vision a little bit impaired here. He's going to try and take it safe a little bit wide on the exit for him off of that turn. But Life Network here is coming through the next few sections. Important turn sequence here, a double apex. He doesn't take it too particularly tight through there. And he's got to get off the packed ice here, but he stays on it. So, not the fastest line through there. However, he is probably doing a lot better than most of the other drivers here in FC2. Take a big turn there. That looks pretty clean right there for Life Network. Let's watch to see Adam do that exact same turn and see how his turn compares, especially with his vision being impaired. And a little bit wide for him, though he does keep his momentum a little bit better. And he's going to keep it through. So, through this long turn, it's better to stay wide, and then he's going to find a wall tap, actually, right here. There's some weird thing with the Boat Utils mod, and it allows you to wall tap off that. It's pretty difficult, but as long as you know what you're doing, it's not the worst. So we're going to watch these 2 guys. Hopefully we can catch up to Life Network before he makes that turn. Looks like we just missed it. Looks like he did pretty clean from what I could tell. Adam's going to come in. Pretty dang clean for him. Although he's going to get a little bit wide on the exit again. So he's going to finish that run. It's curious to see how those 2 times will compare against each other. Life Network. 2:07.6 is the time to beat. Blip going a little bit crazy there on the exit. Not the best turn for him. Adam still hasn't finished. There he is, a 2:07.5 beating Life Network by 0.15. Pretty close margin between those 2. The rest of these drivers coming through. Serge Assam has been here for a long time, and he seems to know how to get around the corner as well. No big errors yet, although Blip Dash looks like messed up earlier in the lap. He's going to be 5 seconds behind the fastest time, which is now set by Iltis Amor, a 2:06.45, a whole second in front of Adam and Life Network. Quite impressive from Iltis there. Brecky coming in. Let's watch him do the last corner. The last corner, you got to make sure it's not too hard to mess up, but if you do, you'll be eating grass on the outside, which is a massive time loss. There goes Brecky. Not the greatest lap from him, only 2 seconds down. He's currently sitting in 5th. But we still got a bunch of time. Z-Mark actually is going to split the difference between Iltis Amor and Adam, putting himself in 2nd place. Johnny Game's coming through. Maybe not too fast for Mesh Johnny. We'll see. See, come across the line here. He's got a long ways to go. Yeah, it's not going to be the greatest from him. That's going to be a 2:84 for S. Johnny. It's going to put him in 7th. Who we got here? Let's watch this one. Who is this? It's Sonic. Sonic Gamer is here. Pretty clean. Kept the momentum going. A little bit wide, but he's going to try his best here to beat some of these drivers who are nearing the back. He's not going to get a pole. He's a ways out, and he should be the last one on the grid here, I believe. For this group, he's going to set himself in above 2:11, and he's going to get past 2 drivers, and that's going to put him in 10th. There you are. So there's the first round, and we're going to quickly move on to the second round. Holy cow, that was fast. They're all loaded up, and let's check them out. So the front runner of this pack is going to be with Juge, Philano, Flash Super, Samuel FC1, Walter is here, Kai's Demon Addict, surprisingly, Shizuya is also here, and Mafiosa, is he... And I think we have, oh no, we have a bunch of people who are missing, it looks like. Top Soro is one of those.
The most crucial coders.
Toftas and Gabriel Live are not here, but they did sign up. So I'm a little bit curious on what's going on there. Boomaholic says, is there going to be a second quali here or not? Yes, this is the second quali. And if you're wondering if you missed, you still can join, by the way, if anyone is new to this. Everyone is welcome to join these races. Absolutely. Oops, sorry for bumping the desk there. But everyone is still welcome to join. You can join even after the first round of quali. So you can join for the sprint race. You'll just start in the back. You can even join after the sprint race, and you'll start from the back there as well. looks like we're getting ready to go. Juge is going to lead us off for the second round of qualifying. See how many drivers he could beat from that first heat. And here he goes with Villeneuve following behind. Curious why Mighty Creative isn't racing here. I don't really know why. Did he race in FC1? Maybe I'm missing that. He might have. But Jude's taking a really good line there. Just as good as he can make it to that first turn sequence. He's going to take the inside here. Through and... Ooh, a little block stop, actually, I think, right there. And he's going to take the wall tap. There's the wall tap off of those cones right there. It's kind of hard to hit. And it's costly. If you mess it up in your first round of qualifying, I can't imagine anyone who could ever do that. Definitely not an FC1 driver who who's been around for 3 years. No. Yeah, no, that was unfortunate. Hibiyoshi's saying Mighty Race in FC1. Well, there you go. So that's why he's not in it. Understandable. There is only one group of people who cannot race in FC2, and those are the people who race in FC1. Simply so we can give a chance for the newer guys to get race wins and experience in the front of the pack. Otherwise, it would just be a little bit too chaotic and a little bit too demoralizing for the newer guys to race up against, the fastest guys in the world. That would be, yeah. I mean, it's happened before, right? Oink Oink and stuff, and they do that, but that's not how we do it in FC2 here. Blip saying he crashed twice this lap and now he has to get through back markers. Yeah, that is a tough part. However, you do have a sprint race, so it's not the end of the world for you. You just got to make sure you don't mess up during the race start of the sprint race and the feature race. And you should be actually doing pretty well. I've done it, you know. It's not the easiest, but it's also not the hardest thing to do is to gain a lot of positions in the first section. So there's Juice coming through this last turn here. He makes it pretty dang well. Right in the corner. He slowed down a little bit, but he should be looking really good, actually. Let's follow him through the rest, as Philino looks like maybe messed up earlier. Or waited before he started. We'll see. He's currently at 2:01. You can see his time in the bottom right. He might get there. It's going to be a 2:05.7. Not too bad from Juge. Philino's coming right behind, hopefully. There he is. He's nowhere near that pace from Juge. However, he will come in with a 2:08 or so. There go, 2:88 actually from him. We'll pass flash by flash super there. And watch who takes this corner. Samuel's taking it so safe. You can see him releasing and just waiting for the turn. Very patient from him and lets him not mess up. It's going to be a little bit of a slower time, however. He will not mess up like he did there. And fortunate for him. He's going to set not the greatest time. Demonatic coming through. Let's watch him take the turn a little bit wide, though he did hold W the whole time. So, not the worst turn he could have done. Demonatic. There he goes. He's actually catching up right behind another driver, and that's Walta. Hopefully there's no collisions going on here, but looks like they're going to be safe right next to each other as they finish. 2:25 from Walton, a 2:06.7 from Demonatic, putting him second in this heat. We'll see how that puts him compared to the others. Kai's is coming through. Shizuya actually doesn't get the fastest time from Shizuya. That's only third from him. Must have messed up the blocks, that would be my guess, considering Shizuya is the fastest one on circuit with the 2:02.6, which is an absolutely insane time. I think a few errors maybe could not put Shizuya in that time. So there you go. That is the full grid, actually, right? That's everyone. Yeah, it looks like Juge is actually going to get the fastest time there. A 2:05.7 from Juge, followed by Iltis Amor, Demonatic, Z-Mark, Shizuya, Adam's Apple, the Life Network, Mafiosa, Shurjasam, TCAT, and the rest. We will see them line up on the sprint race grid right here. In just a minute here. They can get some extra practice in and whatnot. And we'll have 3 laps for this sprint race. 3 laps, 0 pits is how the sprint race is going to work. And the order of this race will set the feature race, the main race that earns you points. It will set the grid order. Does not earn you any extra points. If you ever got that idea, the sprint race doesn't earn. Oh my gosh. We can start. Hopefully that will line up in just a minute. We do have the FC2 qualifying start at the top there. There it goes. It's gone now. And here is the order for the sprint race. And we'll go over real quick who's in front. So Juge, Iltis Samor, Demon Addict, Z-Mark, Shizuya, Adam's Apple, Life Network, Mafiosa, Shurjasam, TCAT, S-Johnny Games, Brecky, Villeneuve, Boop Dash, Sonic Gamer, Flash Super, Castle Bricks, Circa Velo, Samuel FC1, or no, it's Samuel 1 FC, excuse me. Guys, Walta, Trippyhead, and Duke of Lag, actually, which I believe is Dogska, is in the back here, joining last minute, and I think we have a disconnect here. I believe that's Mafiosa has been disconnected. I'm not really sure why. Racing the Laser doing the right thing here, making sure everyone is actually present for the race start, because sometimes drivers like to go AFK, and right after they qualify. Oh, there you go. Juge is here now.
Alright.
Yeah, there he goes. Okay. You can see he's ringing the bell to make sure, you know, hey, you don't hold W. So Mafia's, I don't know what happened to him, but his grid spot is empty. And here you go. Boy, what a sight we have here, right? Look at all those oars right there. Do you see that? All on the right side there. Everyone moving their oars. Ready to start here.
Wake up!
They're waking everyone up.
Alright, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Juge is going to be leading this, and it's going to be interesting for him.
Juge on ball away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright guys, go look, have fun!
That was nice.
And here we go. We're going to wait on Mafiosa, it sounds like. And there he is, speaking
Bro,
of.
my mouse just died. Oh my god, I just had a heart attack.
Mafiosa
Tell
is
me
back
some news, buddy.
with his
Come on.
jacket in hand.
I'm gonna be a...
Oh. And there we go. So the sprint race, 3 laps, 0 pits. Who's going to survive turn 1? Because it's going to be crazy through here. So we're going to take a broad angle and make sure you get every bit of action going on. We'll see the front finalize. Here we go. FC2, the sprint race is here. And here they go, the run into turn 1. There's going to be chaos even before the first turn even starts. A lot of drivers getting bumped before. 3, 4, 5 drivers getting bumped. A few of them going inside. And the front 3 have found themselves, well, in the front 3. And then another 3 coming through. And the rest of the drivers finding their way here. A few drivers going way too deep on the inside there. And the back of the grid is going to come up. You can see all these drivers just trying to find room. It's absolute carnage between all of them. Look at this. Laser actually joined the race, it seems like. Didn't see that one coming. Brecky, Filino, Shizuya right behind him. The front 3, though, seems to have found themselves, like I said, in the front 3 and have stayed where they are. Juge, Ildasamor, and Mafiosa actually jumped up from, I believe, 6th position. Has put himself in 3rd. As Johnny Games from 11th all the way to 4th. Demonic right behind. Fell a few positions from him. With Blip Dash right behind. More fighting between the back of them. Z-Mark Duke of Lag, which I'm going to laugh every single time I have to say that name. With Adam trying to find his way around Flash Super. It looks like he will here. And he managed to hold on to that position. The rest of the drivers coming through. Brecky and them. Shizuya finding himself not in that greatest spot here. Only about 16th or so for Shizuya. Considering he has the fastest time on track, it's not the best start for him. Of course, it's just a sprint race, so there's only 3 laps. And we'll reset after those 3 laps and start on the grid once again. But Juge and Iltis and more have really taken off with Mafiosa not too far behind Iltis. But 1.6 seconds to Iltis and more Juge has on him. And looks like it's only going to grow with turns like that. Iltis and more going a little bit wide. Mafiosa's going to try and find himself on the inside, but it's not going to be quick enough. He's going to have to release just a little bit so that way he doesn't get bumped too easily. So the first lap coming through. There's still a fight here between S-Johnny and Demonatic for that 5th position. Let's watch this down the straight. This could be dangerous between the 2 of them, especially S-Johnny, who's further behind. So the run into turn 1 between these 2. S-Johnny goes a little bit too wide, wider than he wants to, and I think he's going to have to give up that position. Looks like he does.
I'm in 7th?
As Adam says, he's in 7th, and the battle for 8th right behind is certainly trying to find itself out. Blip Dash holding off Z-Mark for as much as he can. It's a tough one between these two. Z-Mark going for the wall top. He's got to be careful not to scrape on the outside. Looks like he does just a little bit. Losing a lot of time in that bid for that 5th spot. Or excuse me, 6th spot. Yeah, 7th spot. My bad. But it seems like the drivers have found themselves in some clean air. Most of them anyway. Except for maybe the back here. There's a few drivers. Shizuya. Really surprising for Shizuya to not see him near the front here, as we've known Shizuya to be. Sure, so I'm trying to find his way around Sonic, but took it way too fast, including Circavello and Walta, all going a little bit too wide. Sam FC1 is going to try and find himself around Walta, but gets bumped in the process. We're going to go back to the front here. It looks like Iltis Amor has found himself right next to Juge here and has actually gotten in front. So that gap has not only shrunk, but also changed. Don't know what happened there. Must have been a mess up from Juge. So it's not over yet. That 1 second, or it was more than 1 second between these two, has already fallen. These two guys right next to each other coming into this last turn. Or second to last, excuse me. On the second lap of the race here. You can see the rods right next to each other. Who's going to take this better? Juge did it better last lap, and he's going to do it again this lap. Now Juge is in front. Buildism, we're going to try and find his way around on the turnaround here. It's not going to be enough. A little scrape in the exit, and that's going to open the door for Mafiosa to come in and sweep past Buildism more. Coming from that bid for first all the way down to third. He's got one more lap to go, and Mafiosa sweeping ahead. Taking the fastest lap, only to be ruined by Demonatic, actually, who's taking that shortly after. Demonatic has lots of clean air, and he's going to want to catch up to this group here between Iltis Amor and Mafiosa, who are right next to each other. Mafiosa on the outside, looking in between these two. Juge is going to try and take off once again, as he's done already. He's got to play it safe, Juge. There goes these two guys. Mafiosa gapping just a little bit over Iltis. Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit better for him as well there, so Mafiosa finding just a better raw pace between him and Iltis Amor. Demonatic trying to catch up. May not be enough for Demonatic. It's going to come down to this last few turns here. And the front group has found themselves in their positions once again. You can see the front four right there. Quite a gap between the 4th position of Demonatic to Adam's Apple, who's currently in contest with Johnny Games. Blip Dash on the outside looking in of that battle. Let's watch this as they go around double apex and into another tough corner. And the front group are holding their positions. Adam's trying to go a little bit wide there as Johnny takes it, I think, a little bit better. But Adam's going to scrape, and he's going to lose 2 positions. Oh, terrible news for Adam. 2 positions lost at the last lap. He's going to want to try and regain that, though it's going to be tough.
That was, yeah. That was just me watching that video a little bit. I actually want to watch Shanghi and see how he...
There you go. Adam's saying he just wants to watch and see how as Shanghi's going to take this line here. Of course, we don't know what his true intentions are. It looks like actually a mess up from Demonatic. He's going to lose him a position or 2. Adam's going to scrape on the outside of this turn, too. He's going to be careful of Philino, who's going to try and find himself on the outside, but it's not going to be enough. And so as they come into the last turn here, it's like there's going to be no movement at the very end here. So Juge is going to take the first position. Mafiosa pulling himself all the way to second. Iltis Amor and Demonatic come in. That's Johnny Games, Blip Dash, and Adam falling those few positions at the very end. Almost got caught by Philino at the very last turn. Only 3/10 off between those two. Little battle between Laser and Life Network, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. That was pretty dang close between those two. Shizuya and Mark coming through as well.
In a row. I lost so much time, bro.
TCAD coming in with Shurjisam right behind. I don't think there's any more battles between anyone left. Circavello coming through. There's Trippy Hen. Flash Super scraping on the exit of the turn. Here comes Kesselbrick's going to try and outspeed him, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Come on.
There's too much of a gap. He's hoping for too much. It's not going to be enough.
No, I'm not going to make it.
No. Yeah, he had a ways to go on that one. If he,
Why?
yeah, no shot for him. Duke of Lag finishing P21, similar F1C on P22. And is that the rest of our grid here? No, we got Walter. Where is he? Where is Walter? Oh, there he is. Scraping right before the end of the turn. There he is. P23 for Walter, and we got one more. Kai's, I think. He's still got a ways to go. He's scraping on the straight. He's got to find himself, straight on the straight, and he's not able to do it. He's zigzagging between the outsides here. There we go. He's found his footing now. He'll finish this straight here. He's being very careful. You see how careful he is in that turn? That is what you got to do as a beginner driver, I feel. Just take it slow and take it patiently. And as Kai's did there. Although he's not doing too good on the straights, unfortunately. He's got to learn his boat control a little bit better. But surprisingly, he didn't crash on the toughest corner. But he's having a little struggle here on the straights themselves. Something you might want to check out there. Could be an improvement for Kai's to learn how to tap lightly on A and Z. See the FC2 drivers in the pit lane bantering, and there we go. There's the end of it. The sprint race is over with Kai's finishing P24, and so that will be your grid for the race start. The big feature race will be here. In just a minute, I think we're gonna take a quick break for the FC2 drivers to do what they need to do, because
I'm actually a fan.
1.1% down.
we need we for some reason need a break to remind everyone they need to go to the bathroom before we start, and FC2 drivers just can't. I don't know. They can't control their bodies, I guess. I don't really know, but yeah, we have dedicated time for that, and yeah, we can see them all hanging out there. We can check out, see what they're talking about. What are they saying?
Wait, how many people are there? 24.
Well, it's like skip snuff, bro. So it's fucking Dutch. Like it's close enough.
I don't think skip snuff is like the
Adam,
right.
if you want to bring
So
that
are there
up,
literally? Are you telling me that there's no people that speak like Skip does right there?
Nah, I think he's the only guy.
What the fuck, bro? I thought Dutch people actually slur their words like that.
Do
They
I?
for sure do just
I?
a little bit.
Do
That's
I?
the French.
No, they 100% slur their S's
I
like
think
that,
you're
just a little bit.
Flemish.
Nah.
When they're speaking English, yeah, like it's like a Flemish thing or whatever, right? That like you go
No,
sha a lot.
Flemish is totally different than Dutch. It's
Take
You
it,
try
you
to go
live in
S, you go
Belgium.
sha,
Tell
and
us.
it's like,
Sha?
hey guys,
I
welcome to
don't
Shanghai today. This is a beautiful
Shanghai?
I
racetrack.
live in the French part.
Ni hao.
All right. Well, there you go. There's a little information on what people talk about in between the races. Look, they're going to be starting in about 5 minutes for the big race start here. And, of course, there was your order. The drivers are going to be taking some extra practice time just so they can get their start. Is anyone going to be practicing from their grid spot? Doesn't look like there is. But yeah, we got 24 drivers, which is quite a good amount. I always love to see it, that we have at least 20. So we filled the full F1 grid. I always appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully, if anyone here wants to join, and you got 4 minutes now to do so, and you still can. You'll just start from the back of the grid. All you have to do is go to the IP, which is frostex.com, and then you do /server FC1, and then you will be connected, and you'll be able to join. And just yell in chat and say, hey, I want to join at the end. And so, along with these 24 drivers, you can see them in the tab list, along with a few of us who are just watching, or race control, or extra cameras, actually, with Lou out there. Hopefully taking some quality pictures of the SC2 race. I'm excited to see those. Or maybe footage, video, whatnot.
So good.
I'm
so
from
good,
Britain.
so
Where are you
schön.
from?
Ah, yeah.
But yeah, so 3 minutes to go. And yeah. Sean K. Wong says the commentator is actually quite good, better than some paid broadcasting services. I really appreciate that. Of course, we're all just amateurs here, and appreciate it. I've gotten pretty good over this past year doing it, I think. And yeah, one thing, it's not to broaden from the race here. I had to do a presentation from a university the other week, and everyone's like, "Yeah, you sound natural at it." And I'm like, it's because maybe I'm used to talking a lot by myself. So it was kind of funny. Yeah, cool presentation. Blip says, can you spectate my lap? Sure, why not? We'll do that for Blip here, and of course, we just asked, and we shall give him a response here. He's gonna come out right behind Laser, so you gotta be careful not to get bumped.
Because I didn't know that was good.
Oh, and there goes Laser. So now he's got clean air. So we can go from outside to inside, which is pretty dang good. He's gonna stay a little inside. He should stay on that blue ice. A small critique there, and as well, blue ice right there, so we can line up for this chicane here with more speed. pretty good through here. He's going to stay inside, which is pretty dang good. He doesn't take for the wall tap, which is okay. And he's going to stay inside, which is perfect. Good sequence through there. It's the perfect line that you need to take. There we go, shaving the corner there. And he's going to take it wide, big turn, a little bit wide on that turn, but that's okay. The attempt was there, and I think it was really clean. For the next section, this is all easy, just as close as you can get to the wall there and not scrape. That will be the lap that you need to do. And as well, same thing here, just stay as close as you can. Come out wide. Through this double apex, you gotta have a lot of speed in, which Blip doesn't. He seemed to break a little bit too early. I believe the fastest line is to go deep into that, so you can hit that the outside of that double apex and back inside for the second turn. But yeah, through here, pretty decent so far. He's gonna stay on the inside, and should be pretty good through here. This, of course, is pretty dangerous. Stay as close as you can to the edge. Careful not to get bumped all the way off. That would lose lots and lots of time. It's happened before. And there's only 2 turns left, but they are very critical turns here for Blip and any driver. Trying to find time and overtakes. Through here. Big, a little deep. Once again. But still, holding W the whole time probably isn't going to be that bad. And through here again, he's got 20 seconds, which will be fine. Perfect through there, right on the outside, no scraping, and that is a pretty good lap, I would say. I'm curious to see what that time was overall. We won't be able to see unless he says it himself. But good lap. There's a few turns that he went a little wide on, but a 2:05.7. There you go. That's pretty dang quick. But yeah. And speaking of finishing that lap, we are finishing with the break, and luckily the grid will be lined up. Good luck, everybody.
There you
So,
go, Adam. Looks who's
Juge
in front now,
on
huh?
front once again. Mafiosa catching up, putting himself in second. Ilta some more.
Hold on,
Demon Addict.
bro.
Johnny Games.
Bro,
Blue
It's not
Flash.
even the first quarter
Adam's
yet.
Apple.
Chill.
Chill.
Life Network. Laser Sloth. Shizuya. Z-Mark. Brecki right behind him. TCAD. Shurzasam. Sonic Gamer finding himself a few positions since the qualifying. Circleville. Trippy Hen. Flash Super. We're missing somebody there. Duke of Leg. Samuel FC1. Walta has some weird stuff going on. And Kai is filling up the back there. That is 23 drivers on grid. We're missing 1. Don't know who this is. But whether they're here or not, we might start without them. So once again, the drivers will be trying to find themselves in good room for this first lap. It's so critical. Lots of mistakes, and they need to be patient here, but not too patient, otherwise they'll get bumped by people faster than them. Let's go. And the start will begin. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and the FC2 Chinese Grand Prix is underway. We've got 10 laps, 2 pits to do. Jude's going to try and find himself back on front once again with the top 4 finding behind. Oh, Laser gets bumped really bad there before the first turn. And the other driver's making it much cleaner than the sprint race was, but it's so close between these. Look at all these people. That's a 5-way tandem between this. I wasn't kidding when I said they're going to be close between this first half of a lap. The rest of the drivers coming through. I'm going to keep an eye on this battle right here. All 5 of these drivers are all right next to each other. And there goes 2 of them splitting themselves. Adam's going to find himself actually on the off-ramp. Never seen anyone take that before. He's going to try and get back out. It's not going to be faster. However, it's going to be a lot better than what happened to his contemporary who bumped right with him. Laser doing the same, but he gets bumped on the exit there. He's going to get bumped again. He's so much slower than everyone else, and is going to get bumped repeatedly. Same with Flash Super, and yeah, I think lots of chaos between that first lap. We missed it, but Mafiosa is actually going to come out in front here. A Demon Addict behind. Iltis and Moore has found himself actually all the way down into 5th. Not a good start from him. Must have bumped. Jude's going to scrape a little bit. He's got to be careful. Adam and Iltis are battling right behind. And he's going to find himself probably in the fray in just a minute here. Adam getting ahead just barely of Iltis. And the rest of the drivers coming through as well. Boy, what a crazy start we had there. Mafiosa getting the best of it. He's going to be right next to Demonatic as well. Let's check them out. Coming in through the big straight here. They're in limbo. You can see where their lightning rods are right next to each other. Only 2/10 between the two for the lead. Who's going to go to the pit lane here? Who's going to come out first in this? Demonatic is going to go for the block stop. Mafiosa does as well, and he's going to make it so much better than Demonatic. And gets stays in front for him. Let's see if Demonatic's going to look for a pit here. He might do it. And he decides against it. Although Blip Dash will go in for the pit lane. Same with Adam's Apple and Iltis and more. Going to go in. The rest of each other is going to battle out, including Life Network and Shizuya, who are going to go both right next to each other. No backing out for these two. They're both going to hold on to their pits, which is a valuable resource here. And they're going to battle it out on the second lap here. The first turn between these two. Battle for 5th, it looks like. Although a few of them in front have already entered the pit lane. We're finding himself on the outside. Shizuya on the outside. Life Network on the inside. Life Network staying in front just barely. Shizuya's not out of it. They're both going to stay on the inside here between these two. Let's see how they take it through this corner here. Shizuya's losing a little bit more time here. He's going to be careful not to get bumped anymore. And I think he's going to have to give the position after that. And yes, he will have to give up that bid. Right behind, though, Brecky and Philano are in contention between these two. Not too close together, but could change it up here. So the closest gap between is these two. Of course, a bunch of people have already entered the pit lane who are beneath 15th. Let's take a look at Mafiosa, who is leading the pack. Demonatic has lost 3 seconds to him after that mess up on that last turn there with the block stops. So he's going to have to fight a lot to regain that time, and he's going to want to do it quickly. So that way Mafiosa doesn't get too far away between these two. We got a little bit of people right behind them. Z-Mark right behind Philano. He's got to be careful not to get bumped on this this hairpin right here. Let's watch them as they go through the straight. Fastest straight I think we've had so far. Of course, there's a few straights a little bit faster than this one, but this is certainly one of the longest. Juge making it pretty clean. Z-Mark a little bit deep. Same with Life Network. Shizuya very deep actually as well. So no movement between the top group there. Oh, we got a battle here between Tukavlag and Laser Sloth. Laser is going to stay in the front just a little bit, although Duke had a little bit of a faster exit there. Laser, much better turn for that last corner, and I think he's going to try and stay ahead before the end of this second lap, excuse me. We got one more going into the pit. Trippy Hen is taking his first pit. And yeah, Laser's going to stay in front. Yeah, Duke has going to have to rescind that. Looks like a little bit of a mistake from here, and we're going to find, actually, Sonic Gamer finding himself in 11th. Not too bad from him. Pretty good start so far for him. A little bit wide there. He's going to try and get around Duke of Lag any minute now. Surge-san right behind as well. It looks like the Life Network is in a battle with Z-Mark right here for this 4th spot. Right next to each other. You can see on the little thing. They're a tick apart right now, and it certainly looks closer than that. How close can you get between you and somebody else? That is right here. Only a tick between these two. There, you can see Z-Mark looking back, make sure Life Network is in his rear. He is right now, but it could change at any corner here between these two. Life Network trying to find himself on the inside, but he can't get it done. Life Network gonna have to recover from that. Gonna try and outpace him, outpace Z-Mark there a little bit more, so we can catch up and try again. Lots of room now. Has separated these drivers, and you can see how fast these guys are going down the straight. I mean, this is max spectator speed, and we're just barely catching them. One of the fastest modes of transportation in Minecraft, and certainly trying to control that is very difficult, as Shizuya is really messing up this corner here. Brecky doing a much better job, actually. Philano right behind these two. Certainly should be catching Shizuya at this rate, with turns like that. And we got one more into the pit lane. That's Life Network. But yeah, he kind of messes up the exit there, or the entrance. Villano coming in to that lap. And who is this here? It's Brecky. Any battles going on between the front group? It doesn't look like they're all kind of spread out a bit. And it's kind of hard to tell compared to the people who are in the pit lane, including Life Network. Let's watch him as he exits the pit lane. Let's see where he's going to end up compared to Blip, Iltis, Amor, and Adam. Blip might be leading that front group of pit lanes, and he will. Of all the first lap pitters. And Life Network, I think he's going to come out in front of Adam. Where is Adam? There he is. And Iltis, Amor. So we could see someone like Blip entering the battle for that lead spot. He's got to be quick though, considering he wasn't that close to Mafioso when he left. But considering he's leading over Iltis and more in Life Network, he could very well catch up to that group if he can find the pace. And same with paces, Iltis and more and Adam's Apple right next to each other, equal on those turns there. And Adam's going to put in some extra work so he can find his way around Iltis. Of course, around the burning fire of grass. The mysterious fire. We don't know why it's there. But for whatever reason, there is some sparks maybe have caused the grass to catch on fire. No one's dealt with it yet. It's been running since FC1 today. But Adam, you can see he's trying to find an outside line around Iltis. Careful not to get bumped between him and Iltis there. He's got to be super careful here. And he's trying to find outside lines. And looks like Demon Axe is going to go into the pits from the second place right behind Mafioso, who set the fast lap. And Adam actually going to take a little bit too wide of a corner there. And he's going to lose his bid over Iltis there. So Demoniatic into the pits from second place. Only a few seconds behind Mafioso. It's curious why he did that, considering Mafioso was gapping him that lap. Mafioso, of course, setting the fastest lap. That was a 2:05.2. And he's gonna find himself. Let's see where he's gonna end up between him and Blip Dash. He's gonna end up quite a ways in front, actually, of Blip. Who? Oh boy, that's the Life Network. What happened to Blip there? Oh, hey, Blip into the pit. Okay. Never mind, we're good. Blip just went into the pits. So there you are. So there is your second place right there. Demonatic, a pit apart from the leader, Mafioso. And you can see the comparison Life Network needs, so he knows how close he is to the leader. Because, of course, if he is 9 seconds behind Demonatic, he's probably 11 or so seconds behind Mafioso. So that's the time he has to make up to if he wants to win this race. Certainly in his reach, and it's possible to do so. But we'll see. As we cross about halfway through this race, we're 5 laps into the 10-lap race. And a few drivers have already taken their second pits, including Blip. But a lot of them haven't yet. And it's quite an interesting battle between Sonic, it looks like, and Surge Sama right next to each other. Yeah, close between these two. Coming around the outside here. Hotspot is here. He's cheering on Brecky, who's currently in 5th position. Mafioso's going to enter the pits. Interesting for him. I'm curious on why. Did he run into a back marker? He must have. I thought it'd be pretty strange for him to enter the pits. He did mess up the entrance, if you saw that when I teleported to him. He messed up the entrance a little bit, so this could give enough time for Demonatic to possibly overtake him. We can see Demonatic's pit stop was a 4-second pit stop with 1 misclick. Mafioso's going to try and beat that here as he goes in. Watch him. Of course, when you enter the pit, you have to do a little quick mini game. And he's going to do a quick one for Mafioso. 2.9 seconds. Is it going to be enough to stay in front of Demonatic? It should be. It should counteract the mistake he made at the corner there. It looks like he's going to get out right in front. Oh, it's close between these two. The battle for the lead is only a few tenths apart between these two. There you go. 6 laps in. This could decide what happens over the next 4 laps. They've got 2 back markers in front of them. Make that 3, actually, as Cayuse enters the fray. Boy, they got to be aware of each other and the people who are slower in front of them. They're both getting in front of Cayuse there. Only a tick apart between these two. How close can you get? They've got to slow down for the drivers in front, though. Duke of Lag, and I believe that is sure I just saw him. Yes, it is. Are right in front, holding them both up, and it's gonna be who's gonna find themselves get around one of these drivers. And the first one up is Duke, of course. So whoever gets in front of Duke first is probably going to be a little bit better off than the other. Unless, of course, major mistakes happen. Looks like none of them are mistakes so far. These guys are dead even. Holy cow, they are only a few tenths off from each other the entire lap off of the pit lane from Mafiosa. It's like Duke messed up a little bit. They're going to try and get around. Almost there between Demonatic. Mafiosa also almost there. There he goes. Demonatic's going to make the move. He's going to get in front just barely. Mafiosa's going to try and outspeed Duke. And yes, almost. And it's done. It's done, I believe so. They've both made it in front of Duke. Clean, although Mafiosa a little bit slower than Demonatic did there. Of course, it's not over yet. Here comes all 3 of them gonna go into the inside of the corner, and wow, Mafiosa and Demonatic also right next to each other once again between these two. Holy cow! And they're both gonna enter the pit lane. Holy cow! And Demonatic's messing up on the entrance there, which unfortunately for him, he's gonna pull him out. But wait, he's gonna go over Mafiosa there. Ran himself over, which gave him so much more extra time. He's gonna put himself in the squealers. Mafiosa's gonna go around. Let's see how he does. Demonatic 3.2 seconds for him, better than last pit, but it's not as good as Mafiosa's can be. Let's see where his is gonna. He's gonna be slower. 4 seconds for Mafiosa. Demonac's gonna get back in front. And there is your gap there. Holy cow, what a battle for the first position between these two. Lap 7 now. And they're both going to pull out. Yeah, significant change right there. You can see the gap Mafiosa has lost to Demonatic there. And they're not too incredibly far behind Blipdash, who has, of course, taken the the 2 pit stops very early on. He was the first one to do so, I believe. And yeah, he's only 4 seconds behind the Mafiosa there. You can see on the scoreboard on the right, that will show you the gaps between all these drivers, and he's Mafiosa's actually getting closer and closer to Demonatic. There he is right there, Demonatic. Current leader with 3 or 4 laps to go. And Demonatic trying to get away from Mafiosa. Flipdash trying to get into the action here. He hasn't been in it yet between the leaders. He's trying to, though. He's got lots of room behind him. You can see 22 seconds between him and Philo now. So no other drivers are going to be contesting for this lead unless you have someone like Juge and Suzuya, who's been possibly been racking up really fast times between these laps. But I don't really know. It's hard to judge, especially because we can't really see their lap times too well. Life Network here. Currently sitting 6th position. He hasn't done any pits. Oh, excuse me. He's done 1 pit. Sonic Gamer behind him. And Iltis and Morton Adams are both right next to each other once again, actually, between these two. So let's watch them. Iltis is going to scrape, and he's going to bump Adam on the turn. That's such a big time loss. Holy cow. And he's going to go into the pit lane right next to Z-Mark there. And who's going to get the overtake there? Looks like Adam managed to stay in front. That pit entrance is very difficult, and looks like Adam did a little bit better than and there's his good friend, his co-commentator, Sonic Gamer, right in front of him as Demonatic. And the leaders will push through. That gap is, I believe it's shrinking. It's hard to tell. But 2 seconds between Demonatic and Mafiosa. Definitely a gap that's been shrinking is him to S. Johnny here. Of course, S. Johnny can't keep the same pace that those guys are, as you can see. And that could slow things down a little bit for Demonatic. And possibly get Mafiosa a little bit more time to catch up. So there's your gap right now. Actually, that gap has grown a lot. 4.7 seconds between those two. Blipdash is now closer to Mafiosa than he is to Demonatic. Of course, Mafiosa is currently the one sitting he has the current flap, the fastest lap of the race. But with a lap like that, it's not going to be the fastest pace. So I'm curious to see how he compares to, of course, the leader of Demonatic. And Blipdash trying to get his way into the fray here between the top two. But I believe these are your podium contenders. Jude's going to enter the pits. He hasn't done any so far. And so looks like Samuel 1 FC has disconnected. Unfortunate for him. But yeah, these front runners, or who appear to be in the front, Shizuya, Jude, and Brecki are, they're all back here, are all right next to each other. Enter the pit lane. They have to enter the pits. It is required to do two pit stops before the end of the race. And they have to do their pits now. So everyone on 0 pits should be in the pit lane now. And there they are. There's the rest of them. Surge Assam as well as Duke. And we'll see how they end up compared to people like the Life Network and S Johnny Games as they leave. So there goes Shizuya with Iltis Amor coming right past. So it's not going to be enough for Shizuya there. Yeah, we missed Juge coming out, but there he is. He's got plenty of air for this lap, which is good news for him, but he's going to have to pit next lap as well. And we can see the rest of the drivers, everyone on 1 pit now, should be entering the pits this lap. So that includes Duke, I believe, is in the pits. He's leaving now, and we'll see where everyone ends up compared to the front runners for our last lap of the race, or second to last, for the Life Network. There's Sonic, there's Adam coming through. Z-Mark, where's our leaders at? Oh, he's a ways away. My bad. Mafiosa still looks like he's leading. Oh no, excuse me, Demonatic is in front. My bad. Yeah, that gap has grown quite a lot. 6 seconds now. And yeah, Blip is I think he's getting closer. 3 seconds now. He's got 2 laps to shorten that gap and find an overtake for Blip. It's possible. It's very possible between him. You just got to put in the work and may have to take some extra risks, which could mean block stops, which are a very dangerous activity to delve into, but something that he could use in his toolkit to find some extra time. Because I don't think there's going to be anyone who's going to be challenging for his 3rd place spot. I could be wrong. We'll have to see, as Jude should be entering the pits any minute now. There he is. So our front runner for the 1 pitters will be entering the pits now and see where he's going to end up compared to everyone else. Of the leaders of the race, of course, the top 3 have pitted already. And the others, like Life Network and Adam, we'll see how he compares. We'll watch him into his pit lane. We'll see what he can do. Oh, that's not his time. There you go, 3.2, which is pretty quick. I thought he did a wicked quick one, but that was just Kai's in front doing unfortunately a very slow one. And it looks like a overtake in the pit lane for Juge. It is leapfrogging over Life Network, or excuse me, Kai's right there. And he's gonna find himself. Who is that right there? Is that Mafiosa? It is. So Demonatic will be leading for the last lap of the race. Blip was in 3rd. And looks like Jude's going to come out in 4th right now. And who's going to be in our 5th spot here? It will be... No, it's not Kais. It's Life Network with Iltis and Adam. Oh, right next to each other between these two once again. Boy, these guys have been at it the entire race. And it's going to come down to the last lap between these two, battling for the 6th spot. Only a tick apart from each other, these two. Neck and neck. Keep an eye on those times on the right, though, too, for people like Juge and Blip who are going to try and find the gap. Oh, Kais, watch out, dude. Oh, he gets bumped as well. They may find themselves in front of other drivers towards the end of this race. But we're going to have to watch the front runners. Unfortunately, we can't keep watching Adam there. Actually, we can watch for just a little bit. Let's see what happens for the next turns here. It's going to stay even. Adam currently in front. But, oh, there he is. I think he's made the move there. Yes, he has made the move. There you are. So Adam will stay in front for that 6th spot, and Iltis will have to give up that position. Demon Attic will be leading this race through and through. What an impressive battle he had in the middle of the race, getting in front of Mafiosa there. And impressive work from Demon Attic. He should be able to hold on unless he really messes up this turn. I can't imagine him doing so. He did it all right. Mafiosa coming through. He's going to mess it up, which could spell it for Blip. No, Blip is too far behind. And I think that's going to be your race results there. Your podium is done with Demon Attic. I believe that's Demon Attic right there. No, he finished already. Demon Attic finishing first. Mafiosa coming in the 2nd spot. Congratulations to those two. And Blip, a surprising 3rd place for him. He's got to be proud of that one. I believe that is his first podium, with Juge finishing not too far behind him. Coming through Adam. Well, actually, I believe who did he overtake there? Was it Life Network that fell a few positions at the end there? I think I missed that. But nonetheless, Adam in 5th, Iltis in 6th, Life Network in 7th, Shizuya in 8th, Philano in 9th, Z-Mark in 10th. It's Johnny just finishing in 11th, Brecky really close behind actually. And that is your top 12, with Shirzasam finishing in your 13th. And 2 more drivers coming through. I think they got 1 left to go. Oh no, TCAD doesn't. TCAD in 14th, Duke of Black in 15th. And who's left here? Sonic in 16th. There he is. Sonic Gamer coming through. Good performance by him. 16th is not too bad for Sonic, who doesn't really... Ooh, there's some lag going on right there. Holy cow, what is going on? But anyway, I always those fireworks, huh? The Chinese fireworks. I don't know why it's doing this weird stutter, but... that's interesting. Okay. Circavello coming through. 17th for him. You see how patient he is. These newer drivers have really gotten used to have really gotten good at being patient with their laps, and boy, they could get really fast really quick if they keep doing stuff like that. So good job to Circavello for his first ever FC2 race, finishing 17th. Is that Trippy Hen and Flash Super? Flash Super in 18th. We never talked about him. We didn't see him too much on track, Flash, but there he is. He is finishing with Trippy Hen, not too far behind. Who is left? Kaiz, and Kaiz is the last one to finish. And he's got another lap to go, actually. So we're going to go to the podium here as we wait for Kaiz to... He's got a ways to go.
That's it, yeah.
Well, good for him then.
Good racing, guys. Good racing.
Good.
Let's get the snowballs out.
Yeah, I lost 2 positions on the last turn.
Here comes the champagne!
There you are. There you
Yeah.
There you are. There's your podium winners. Mafiosa on top. Or, sorry, Team Attic on top. Mafiosa in 2nd, and Blip Dash with a great 3rd place.
I was almost...
Everyone else celebrating.
Yo, where'd you finish? 17 guys. Alright, time to practice for Miami, guys. Time to practice for Miami.
Bro, Friday Night
Oh,
Funkin'
yeah.
F1 victory song. Where's that at? Let me
You
sing the
did
Friday
well
Night
though,
Funkin'
so
victory music.
yeah.
Good night, kitten.
It's fine.
Alright,
You did
well, hold on. We gotta
You
wait.
don't need to worry about it next
Where
year.
is Kaiz? Is he? He's in the pit lane. Okay.
Alright, GG's guys. Thanks so much for the
Alright.
good racing today.
Yeah.
See you all in Miami.
Yeah, we'll be next in Miami, which is super exciting. Miami is
Let's see
of
that W
course
race,
in
though.
America, which we'd love to see an American race. Yeah, that will be in 2 weeks, I believe. I hope that's right. Once again, 2-week break, but that'll be it for FC2 racing today. We've managed to hold off just barely, keep it all in 1 hour. If you have any questions about the league, about boat racing, about me, anything, please hit them now before we finalize here. He's still he's exiting the pit lane now. He's got 1 lap to go. So we're gonna watch him as we finish up here. Blip is saying he messed up both pit entrances. Yeah, it's a tough one. I think you have to be aware of it. You can't just willy-nilly just drive in. You have to acknowledge the difficulty of it and just come in a little bit slower. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's just not easy. You have to think. And yeah, so Life Network says he lost 2 positions on the last corner. That's what happened. Okay, so that's why Adam and Iltis managed to move up to 5th and 6th. Unfortunate for Life Network, choking at the very, very last second there. You think you have it in the bag, and then the last lap. Yeah, just play it safe. Play it safe, dude. But unfortunate. But you live and you learn, right? Blip can't believe he got 3rd. I can't either. Good job, man. The undercut strategy definitely worked. And be proud of what you did there. And it seemed like a very clean run from Blip. He's moving his way up the ranks in these FC2 races. And excited to see what he can do in the future as well. Of course, Miami's not too far away. So don't be surprised when he's up in a similar position in 2 weeks' time. So. Guys, almost coming in through here at the very end. Making his way, still struggling on these straights. And, come on, almost there. It should be the last driver.
Yes.
And there we are. 20th position, finishing there. And that is everyone who's still online. That is the end of FC2. What a good race we had there. And we will wrap it up. So thank you all for hanging out. And we'll be back for Miami, of course. And not too far away from now. We will catch you there. Thanks for watching, and bye.